Alright, I thought I'd go over my build in Nioh 2. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I'm not like terrible at this game, but I'm not great at it either. I get frustrated a lot. It's painfully obvious on my streams, but I know some people have been looking for some guidance with fist build. So I'm going to show what I did. I think it's relatively unique. So I've got 7-piece Susano. Everybody is going for this right now. This is really nothing special. Uh, it's taken a lot of grinding to get to this point. uh, some of the some of the stats that rolled on here are decent. If I did get another one of these with Grace Inheritance, I could probably replace it. But with Graces right now, there's no real way to brute force the RNG, so you're kind of just gonna have to go with what you get. So I've also got 6-piece Ame no Uzume's Grace. I would like to have Magasuhi, but I've had terrible luck with that. So I'm using this for now. The extra dodge range is actually quite nice. The rest of the fixes are really not that great, and I'm not that good at not getting hit in this game in the first place. So I don't think I don't think that last piece would fit for me. But generally, with a Yasakani, you're going to have the ability to have 7 pieces in one set and 6 pieces in another. Most of the good stuff tends to be at the 6-piece or 7-piece level, so I guess you could mix and match and maybe get some more life that way. But this is what I'm using now. Now, this Yasakani is pretty bad. You can see it's very lacking. You want to look at how many Yasakanis I used to get one of these. One of these that actually works, that has the Susano Grace. I went through several of them. I have a bunch of them in here. I upgraded pretty much every single one that I had, and I just didn't get any luck. A lot of people are really complaining about this right now, especially since they removed save scumming, which I feel like they should have done a little bit more work to mitigate the RNG before they did that. I can see why they would want to remove the ability for people to spend hours staring at the blacksmith menu, but it's not working too well, honestly. Now the blacksmith is kind of useless because of just the fact that you can't craft ethereals and you can't get the graces that way. The only thing you're really going to be using the blacksmith for at this point, besides just obvious things like soul matching and tempering, is if you do get a smithing text for something and you have something with grace inheritance, you actually can upgrade a divine crafted piece into ethereal. But then you're going to get the RNG with the grace, so you'll have to fix that as well. And finally, I have this scroll here. I'm trying to go for a dual ultimate courage and corruption build, but I haven't had any luck with the Magasuhi pieces. So this has ethereal item drop rate up, ultimate courage. Ultimate courage just makes it so you can attack for a really long time. With the fists, that's actually something you want simply because the way that the fists, the buff works, you need to chain a lot of things together. So basically, you're indirectly going to have a lot less chances to keep pulse. The next one I have is Sentience Charge, so when I do get the Magasuhi pieces and I replace the other set that I have on right now, it's going to be really easy to awaken it. And then Counter Yokai Tactics. I've been through this scroll numerous times, and that's the best I've been able to get for now. I think I'm probably just going to leave it like that at this point. So let me show you guys one more thing before I get into gameplay. Now, when you temper an accessory, you actually can add this lucky drop thing. What this does is supposedly makes it so that some of the drops that you get for accessories will be the same thing you're wearing. So that's one of their ways of mitigating the RNG, but no one knows exactly what the percentage is or how much it even helps. So far, it's done jack for me so far. I don't know how much it makes a difference, but I think it's worth it just because I think I have it on my Yasakani as well. Yeah, I crafted equipped weapon on here. You could also go for equipped accessory. And what I don't understand how this works, I don't understand if it actually gives you the accessory that you're wearing on that specific piece or not. I'm totally confused on that. Actually, you can get both of them. I'm looking at this right now. I'll have to go grab a Divine Upper Sight and put that on there as well, so that I can hopefully get more Magatamas. I've had such horrible luck with it, and there's just like not much that I can do about it. There's also one for equipped armor you can get as well, so if you've got the armor set that you want but the wrong graces, supposedly that will help. You're gonna have a lot of money once you get to Dream of the Wise, just because the blacksmith has a lot less relevance, so you might want to mess around with this if you can. Okay, so let's show my build here. So on this, I have Transform Bonus Courage. So what this allows you to do is to scale, you can change the maximum or the best scaling stat of a weapon to whatever you prefer. So what I did is, if you look at my actual stats here, I have 200 in Courage to get the what's it called? Ultimate Courage skill. So that allows me, you need to have 150 in that respective stat. So what I did is I took all the points out of Strength and I put them into Courage. That way, both the Tonfa and the Fist scale off the same stat, which frees up a lot of stat points. Now, once you get to level 550, which I know there's ways that people do that, I'm not particularly good at that stuff. You'll basically probably have enough points to do this anyway, but if you're like me and you're only level 373, you know, you're about at the cusp of the old cap, then this will actually help quite a bit. It's pretty easy to respec, so in the event that you do get an inheritable to transform the best scaling stat for whatever your build is going, then you can just use one of those, just pop one, and then just go from there. So let's go into the dojo. And I'll show you guys some of what I do. Okay, so let's fight one of the rejects from the Ninja Gaiden Ninja Gaiden series, the Black Spider Ninja Clan. So you can see my ki is not going down much at all. He'll actually have a lot of ki with this build. These weapons actually work quite well together. Both of them have pretty good switch attacks. Let me show you the flash attack for the... Show you the flash attack for the fists. Pretty smooth animation. It's really easy to transition. Now, there's two secret moves for the fists. Let me show you guys that really quick. There is the Azuna drop. If you've ever played any Ninja Gaiden game, it needs no explanation. However, since this is not an air combo game, you can only do it when the enemy is out of ki. I don't know if it does more damage than a regular grapple, but it looks cool, and that's one of the reasons why you play this game, is because stuff looks cool. The other one is an extension of Archer's Impact. It is called Tiger Claws. So what's nice about this is it covers a ton of distance. You'll basically go like pretty much across the arena. A lot of the end game right now is running the scroll missions because you can kind of pinpoint whatever boss you want to fight for smithing texts, even though smithing texts are relatively useless right now unless you have a lot of grace and rarity inheritance inheritables around. But uh, it covers a ton of distance. The only problem with it is you can only use it when a claw fist weapon is available. I think that's a really stupid restriction, especially since they allow you to refashion your weapon model into a blunt one. I think the difference between the claw and the fist is that the claw does more regular damage and the fist does more key damage, which is kind of unfortunate because one of the things you really want with a fast weapon is to be able to break key quickly so that you can do zero key combos. I'm not too great at those yet. I'm kind of getting there, as you can see, but if you want to use this, you had better have a claw weapon available. They're not really too hard to find. It's just finding one that's your specific grace, and that maybe finding an inheritable if you want to run a kind of weird build like I am. You might want to specialize in claws just so you have this. They all drop off Ren Hayabusa. I jokingly call him Bob Hayabusa because every Hayabusa, I guess, descendant seems to have a three-letter name. I'm hoping for Tim Hayabusa and Ron Hayabusa in the next couple Nioh games. But I recommend fighting him on Samurai or Strong because he's a real pain to fight. The drop rate is really bad. No joke, it must have taken me about 5 hours for it to drop. It had to be at least 100 runs. So a lot of people don't like that fight to begin with. So I don't think there's any pride to be lost for just fighting him on the easier difficulty. You're basically going to be brute forcing the RNG just by doing it on an easier difficulty. So each fight is probably not going to take more than a minute if you have the specific build. I'm sure there are ways to cheese him. I don't really know much about the cheese strats in this game. I play it relatively legit. I know there's an infinite yokai ability build that people are abusing right now to brute force the RNG. That's always an option, but if you play him on Samurai or Strong, he's not really going to be able to kill you. He actually you still have a threat of dying, but for the most part your success rate is going to be pretty high and you won't really have to think much. I recommend getting it. Go ahead and show how much distance it covers here. So it's an extension off Archer's Impact. So you can do it, you can extend it up to 3 times. And if you have Ultimate Courage, it takes a lot less stamina. So with the Susanoo build, I have versatility. If you use Ben Zaiten's Grace on the last update, then you pretty much know how that works. But you also get Mystic Dyad All, which for the Tonfas is actually quite good. If you look at the Tonfa Mystic Arts, let's pull that up here. Actually, do I not have that learned? I don't think I have it learned. It's in here somewhere. There it is. I didn't have that learned the entire time. I must have forgotten. The reason for that is Kannagi was like objectively better because it allows you to cancel out of things and have more of a flow to your combos and stuff. But now you can have both of those on at once. So not only do you get Kannagi, which needs no explanation, you also get this, which increases damage from Tonfa when you perform a series of combos, basically. So for the fists, you will get Gong, which activates when you fully recover ki from a ki pulse, which extends your passive here, Unbroken. And then you get this, which reduces your ki consumption as you connect skills while the enemy is aware of your presence. So basically, while you're fighting, then it will lower your ki consumption. So when you have that combined with Ultimate Courage, you're going to be able to attack for a really long time. It works quite well. Anyway, that's basically it. You've seen me play this quite a bit on my stream lately. I thought I'd do something where I can't die, so I can actually show how things work. It works quite well. I'm still kind of working on getting better with the humanoid bosses. I do still have a hard time with them, but you definitely can't attack for a long time like this. You can also give yourself the Arch Yokai Talisman, which allows you to get more anima gauge. So when you do run out of ki, you can just get a lot of anima and recover it that way. Keep the offense up. Anyway, hope that helps you guys, and once I refine my build with the Magasuhi set, then I'll show that off, but RNG is RNG. I don't know when I'll be able to do that, but hope this gives you a little bit of a head start and a little bit of guidance on how to play Fists and Tonfa. I think it's really cool that you can play as a basically pure martial artist in this game now. Thanks for watching.